So I decided to take it on myself, hopped on YouTube, learned a whole bunch of stuff, fell in love with it, just completely in love. It's one of those things like you go through life and you don't realize how much you like it. You don't realize how much it would have enhanced your life. And that's the situation I'm in.
Well, good afternoon, PJ.
Hello.
So excited to speak with you. Let's get straight into it. First off, of course, I want you to introduce yourself to everyone, what you do, and just a little bit fun facts of you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm PJ, known in the social media atmosphere as Girlzlawn. I am a lawn enthusiast and influencer in the lawn community, and I also have a business in which I teach people how to take care of their own lawn. So basically, a DIY consultant.
Okay, that's good. I myself am a nap enthusiast, so I totally understand.
I can add that to my resume too.
Oh, definitely.
If I didn't have twin girls to chase, I would be napping all the time.
Definitely. That's what I do now. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But okay, good. So, when and why did you start into this? Like, how did this come?
It's really crazy that I'm doing this at this point in my life, which I consider late in my life. I won't tell you my age, but I up until 4 years ago, I did not like grass. I didn't want to be around it. I wanted as little as possible of it near me. And then my family and I moved into a new construction home. And we had to make a decision between getting pest control or, lawn maintenance service. So I decided to take it on myself, hopped on YouTube, learned a whole bunch of stuff, fell in love with it. Just completely in love. It's one of those things like you go through life and you don't realize how much you like it. You don't realize how much it would have enhanced your life. And that's the situation I'm in. I absolutely love it. If I'd stumbled upon it 15, 20 years ago, it would probably be my career. But unfortunately, it's just a part-time thing right now.
Okay, but that's a really interesting story. Like you kind of just stumbled across it. And like you said, at first you were kind of into it, so it's kind of very ironic and very fun. I feel like that's a fun story. But okay, cool. So I know you said that you have a business. So how did you kind of reconstruct into that? Like at first you just kind of did it your own. Like how did that go?
So I'm a very shy person, believe it or not. So the fact that I have a YouTube channel and that I'm an influencer is a major thing, honestly, because I did not think that I would ever be doing something like that. And I really enjoy helping the community. The DIY lawn community is one of the best communities I've ever run across. And so as you learn things, you want to share. And I started sharing on YouTube. And then, of course, I started to kind of get bombarded with questions and things. And I'm like, maybe I should make a little bit of a business out of this. And so in July of last year, I decided to go ahead and make it official and develop the LLC because one of the parts of it that I really enjoy, I love the social media piece and the content creation piece. And obviously there's money there to be made. Therefore, I wanted it to be, a legitimate business. So I developed the LLC to kind of cover those things.
Okay. So did you have to kind of like invest money, a lot of money and time, energy into that?
Not a lot of money, but a lot of time. And you know what? The thing that's hit my company the most, the biggest cost has been marketing. Just kind of getting myself out there. It's really hard to market yourself on social media and things like that. But that's been the largest cost, really. If you think about what I do, it's a consultation service. And I do it remotely, virtually. There's not a lot of cost there, but there's a lot of time invested in the content creation, in creating these customized plans for my clients. So that's where the big cost for the clients come in, is the time aspect of it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense because I feel like most people say the internet's free or something like that concept is free, but like you said, kind of just getting yourself out there is maybe the hardest part, just because
Yeah.
you gotta do a lot. Money makes the world go round. Okay, so what marketing strategy, has worked for you when you discovered that challenge?
So within our community, within the DIY community of lawn, the lives on YouTube can tend to be kind of big, and giveaways. Giveaways are a big thing. But of course, giveaways is it's a cost for me. So I love the t-shirt aspect of things. I love like the accessories and those types of things, like the customized things for the community. But the business cards, the postcards have been very valuable. But I will tell you, and I am not kidding you, the yard sign has yielded the most response since I've been doing this. The yard signs that I got from you all, I put it in my yard because my yard is my evidence of my skill. So I stick that, that nice bright yard sign out there, and all they have to do is walk by and scan that QR code, and then they're straight to my site. And that's honestly been very helpful. And going forward, the plan is to put those signs in my customers' yards as I'm helping them with their lawn. So that's the best for me, like, because it will showcase my work, and then they see that and they see the sign. It's like, oh yeah,
right.
I'm calling her.
That's good. That's good. That's definitely something I just love to test just myself. Because we tell customers all the time, that is like, if you have a logo, you have a bright color scheme and or brand, definitely utilize that and put that in places you've done work, right?
Yeah,
because that's, like you said, live action evidence. And that's all people really want. We just want to know for sure that when we invest our money into you, you're going to reciprocate that evidence. Right. So we love it. We love it. And I just I was excited to see them too. I love the full color signs. I'm like, let me see it. Oh, okay, that's good. And then I'm a business card girl though. I collect those.
I drop those things everywhere.
And I promise you, they get picked up. Just because there's probably someone else awkward as me who picks business cards and was like, let me see what this is, because that's it. But okay, good. So I see you've taken on the print aspect of things, so that's good. That's good. Okay. So about your lawn influencer world, what is like a common misconception in terms of YouTube, lawn care? Can you give us some intel on that?
Well, as far as YouTube goes, I think that the community doesn't really grasp the work that goes into content creation. So that's one of the things. And a lot of us creators only ask that, people share and follow and things like that in lieu of, donations and those types of things. And I just don't think people realize how much it really helps the content creators when you share and like their content. So with YouTube, that's the big thing. With the actual lawn community and what we do, the biggest conception is that you can get results quickly. You cannot. You have to be patient with grass. I mean, you got to put at least a good 2 years into it before you start seeing those. You can get immediate gratification with a lot of products that are out there, but I really push health, soil health, the health of your lawn. And to get it to that point where it's almost cruise control and you're using the same products, it's going to take you a good 2 years to kind of just understand your lawn. So it's not a simple process.
That's good. That's really good information. Just because I know me thinking, I'm like, if I water it on Monday, it should be green on Tuesday. That's just me. And I'm like, so I can only imagine if everybody else thinks the same way. Yeah. And then I think even if you are in the business, like you said, you're have a consultation business, you kind of have to have really concrete, hardcore facts, because you're like, your customers aren't going to see that evidence until a little while. But I'm pretty sure that works well for you, huh?
Yeah, and just, the hardest thing in my consultation business is getting them to set expectations and set those expectations. I just don't think people understand. For example, a lot of the clients that I get need to completely burn their lawns down. Now, I tell them everything up front and what's going to happen, but and we start the process. But when it gets to that point where there's no green in your front yard, and it's going to be like that for about 30 days, then the reality sets in and they get really nervous. So it's a really big challenge to set those expectations up front.
No, that's good. But I do like how you said that you kind of have to be a little more transparent with them.
Yes.
Because I know if I were to hear, you got to burn it down, I'm like, what? Why would you say that? Like, that's not what I asked you for. I'm instantly scared. But I mean, eventually if you explain everything to me, you got to tell me the whole 5 to 10 steps. I'm like, okay, I trust you. Okay. But that's really good. Yeah. So you said that you started the YouTube channel because you wanted to help, and then of course you got into that influencer market. Right. Do you remember what was the first person, in a sense, to catch you and try to turn you into an influencer? Like, how did that work? Like your affiliate?
I think that kind of just naturally happened for me. So one of the big names in the lawn community is Alan Hain, the lawn care nut. And his videos are what really got me hooked into doing this. And he said something to me that made a lot of sense to me, and I hold on to it to this day. He said to me, you're a journey YouTuber. Mm-hmm. So basically that's what I started. I'm like, I want to share my journey. I wasn't one of those people that I wasn't trying to push you a product. I wasn't trying to say this is the best thing in the world. I was taking you on my journey as I learned my lawn. Mm-hmm. So he nailed it with that journey YouTuber, but you transition into more. After that, you transition into an educator. Mm-hmm. And like I said, with this community, I mean, even though I'm certified, I'm a certified fertilizer applicator, I learn a lot from the people who follow me and subscribe to me. We share, and it's great. It's a great feeling because I don't know everything, that's for sure.
That's good. That's good. That's actually a really good segue, just because I wanted to bring up the fact that I saw that you had a series on your channel where you spoke with other women in the lawn care business. Like, how did that kind of manifest itself?
Oh my gosh, that was like the best thing that I could have done. Really, it just, even though the community's great, it's majority men, of course. Mm-hmm. It was just like, I was just sitting thinking to myself, like, there have to be more women out here who are as excited about this as I am. Mm-hmm. And so that's where my focus really did change. I started to focus on highlighting women in the green industry, and that would include like landscaping as well as lawn care. And so when I did that, and just people started coming out of the woodwork, and it was such a fun series to do, and it's something that I'm going to continue. It'll just have, different, what do they call it, seasons. Mm-hmm. And it's something that occupies my time in the off season, because I don't start it until like mid-November, and that's when the season is basically over for us cool season folks. So it's really fun.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. I was just so excited when I saw that. I was like, that was the cherry on the top. I was like, I love it. Just because I can only honestly think the same thing. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is a predominantly male industry, but to see that you started something and also reaching out to others, just emphasizes the fact that, like you said, you wanted to share, you wanted to talk to other people, and just kind of build that community. So I was just like so excited.
And it's getting a little bit, it's getting better. It's always getting better, because I have people reaching out to me where, their little girls are out in the lawn, and that just like, it honestly sends goosebumps, in my arms when I think about it, because I'm so excited about little girls being exposed, because I wasn't, it was like, that's a boy's thing to do, but it's not, and it's therapeutic. So it just excites me. I send little girls stickers, if they reach out to me, if I see them on Instagram, I'm like, hey, can I send your little girl sticker?
I love it. I actually saw your at first you had it like on a door or a cabinet, the whole sticker wall, and then you kind of transferred it. I was like, there's so many stickers, and I was like, that just again that just lets you know how many people are excited about this, and you guys exchange just kind of, in a sense, what is it called? souvenirs. That's what I'm thinking. That's
Uh-huh.
what I think. So I just thought it was just, again, just seeing the community that you kind of built, or like, that you're a part
Yeah.
of. This is just like a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, so knowing what you know now, I know we talked about you probably would have started earlier,
Mhm.
but what's something else you would have done a little bit differently than you have today?
I I would have, thinking just about getting into lawn care, period, I would
Mm-hmm.
have pulled the reins back a little bit on trying every product out there in the world.
Mm.
Because that was just like thing. It was like new shiny product. Oh, I want to try this. And just like you waste so much money. I would have focused more on soil tests, understanding what my lawn needs, and only getting those products.
Mm-hmm.
I've toned it in at this point, honed it in on specific products that I use in my lawn and that I use in my plants that I offer my clients. So you could save yourself a whole lot of money if you just don't get too excited about the new shiny thing.
Okay. But that lets you know too about the, like you said, the education, learning a little bit, like you
Right.
said, learning about the soil, because of course there's gonna be people like me who are just like, yeah, cut grass. You
Yeah,
water it.
what-
That's
what do you know
it.
about the dirt
What do you
for?
mean? Yeah, right. And but then when you have someone who kind of can tell you and explain to you, you're a lot more receptive of that. So it's like, okay,
Right.
that's good. And then you said no one wants to kind of utilize a lot of money testing,
Right.
especially me. I don't like to
Yeah.
test things.
Yeah.
But that's good. Still good information. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So what's next for you in terms of just your YouTube channel, your business? What are you thinking about now?
With the channel, it's so interesting because I don't know if you've noticed, but my videos are pretty short. I think the longest video I have on my channel might be 9 minutes. I'm not sure, and that's an older video. But I've had, feedback of people. Some people love the short videos. Some people want me to do longer videos. So I'm just trying to hone in my content a little bit there. As far as the business goes, this is really the first year. And so I'm just kind of tweaking a lot of things. I'm learning a lot of things. But I hope to continue this because with people working more and more remotely, they're taking an interest in their yard and they want to know how to do it themselves. And even if they don't want to know how to do it, they want to know what these companies are doing to them. They want to understand. They don't want someone to just come in and just throw something down and not understand what they're doing. And I'm, more than happy to help with that.
Okay.
So I'm just hoping that everything kind of grows along those lines.
Okay. I did notice that they were a little shorter, but I actually thought that was a good thing, just because I'm thinking in terms of attention spans.
Yes.
And then people, like at least me, I get caught up in the little details of things, but if you kind of just go straight forward, you're like, this is what you do, this is how it goes, this is why, there you go. I'm like, okay.
Right.
So I need
to look at my messy garage. You just want to hear the message.
Yeah, I'm just like, let's go. I'm ready. And that's just me too. Same here. We try to keep our videos kind of like straightforward to the point, just because we know that you may not want to sit and take up a lot of time, looking. But I was like, okay, that's good though. But straight to the point, that's all that matters. Let's go. Next one. Let's go.
You're done.
That's good. Okay. And this is just my last question, because like I said, you've dropped a lot of gems here.
Yeah.
But what are any last minute tips for anyone looking to get into the DIY lawn care business, start their own business, maybe lawn care, lawn landscaping, anything like that, or just a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Like, we
I mean, I think, it happened, it kind of transitioned very smoothly for me. When I started doing DIY lawn care, I wasn't thinking about a business. But if it's something that you're passionate about, just have a plan. Start off with the simple things, the smaller things. I know a lot of people, I talk to people on a daily basis who started their businesses with just a lawnmower, So it doesn't have to be big and extravagant to start. You start small and just remember that your work speaks volumes. Like word of mouth customers is like the best that you could have, and you're going to get those if you're producing good work. So
okay, I love it. That's very authentic tips, just because I think a common misconception is that you have to have like maybe a 10-page lesson plan ready. You're like a whole strategy going into, at least I know I do that, but I'm like, once you, like you said, once you start going into it, have maybe a slight plan, and then watch it kind of all fall together, and it definitely will work wonders. Okay. But thank you so much. Like I said, you dropped so many gems, PJ. I have, just like I said, I've been so excited to speak with you, just because I just loved everything I saw. There was nothing I didn't like.
I enjoyed it. It was great. It was nice to be on this side of things.
I'm so glad I was able to do that for you. But thank you so much again, and you just take care. And we're gonna see more of each other. We're gonna see more of each other. I promise. Alrighty. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Alrighty. You have a great rest of your day. Okay.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Bye.